Ghost Hustle Horror presents Apex Predator. The four friends came to Alaska chasing a dream, bear hunting in the last real wilderness. Jake, Mason, Tyler and Rick had talked about it for years. The plan was simple: fly in, hike deep into the interior, set up camp and bag a grizzly. It was supposed to be the adventure of a lifetime. By the second day, they were already off course. Snow had started early. Thick flurries swallowed the old game trails, and the GPS glitched in the freezing cold. They should have turned back, but pride and rifle barrels kept them marching deeper. On the third night, the woods changed. No birds, no wind, just stillness. Around their fire, they joked louder than usual, trying to beat back the unease clawing at their nerves. Tyler laughed hardest, until something massive broke through the tree line behind him. A shadow too big to be a bear, too fast to be anything natural. They found Tyler's rifle, snapped clean in half, but not Tyler. Jake swore it had to be a rogue grizzly, maybe a Kodiak, but Rick, staring into the trees, whispered, "It stood on two legs." They didn't sleep. They took turns keeping watch, but the dark was too thick. Every so often they'd hear it, heavy breathing just outside the firelight, the crunch of bone underfoot. By morning, Mason was gone. No screams, no struggle, just a smear of blood leading into the pines. Jake wanted to run, but Rick pointed out something worse. The tracks weren't leading away from camp. They circled, getting closer. Panic drove them into the woods. They didn't know which way. They didn't care. They just ran until their legs failed and the cold burned their lungs. That's when they saw it. Standing in a clearing nearly 9 feet tall, muscles like gnarled tree trunks under patchy, mangled fur. Its chest was a roadmap of old scars, claw marks, bullet wounds, thick keloid tissue crisscrossing its body like a brutal history. Its face was worse, one eye missing, lips pulled back to reveal human-like teeth, yellowed and worn. It stared at them. Not an animal, not a man. Something older, something meant to hunt. Rick screamed and raised his rifle. It didn't matter. The thing moved faster than anything that big should have, a blur of muscle and death. It ripped Rick from the ground like a rag doll, the crack of bone echoing through the frozen trees. Jake ran, blind, crying, guilt gnawing his heart raw. Somehow he made it to a rocky outcrop. He turned, leveling his shaking rifle at the tree line. The woods were silent again. He told himself maybe he'd escaped. Maybe the nightmare was over. Then he saw the eyes glinting from the trees. Not running, not hiding, waiting. Jake realized the truth too late. They were never the hunters. They had been the prey. The last thing Jake heard before darkness swallowed him was the heavy, rumbling breath of the true apex predator closing in.